sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes here live tonight for another edition of the Thursday Night Forecast, talking Week 10 in college football and also Thursday Night Football in the NFL. I'm here tonight with my man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10. How you feeling this evening, Mossberg?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good, and I haven't said it in a while, but I'm loving it with all the screens coming up. And I'm not talking about Mickey D's, but I love your coffee. It's Monopoly time. Don't sue me, but I'm trying to get a win, but I love some of that coffee every day on the daily, if I could, Mickey D's. But appreciate you having me. It's good seeing everybody as well.
We also got our man Post Game of the Post Game 86 podcast. How you feeling this morning, Post Game?
Hey, what's up, Rob? I feel wonderful. SEC Sean, Mossberg, welcome, Doug. And y'all know I'm just trying to keep the bread cheesy.
Trying to keep the bread cheesy. We also got our man SEC Sean in the house with us tonight. How you feeling, SEC Sean?
Yeah, we all right. I've been a little under the weather this week, but we creeping closer to kickoff. So
creeping closer to kickoff. For sure.
I've already got the games going on right now, right here for my degenerate gambling self. You know, I can't help but gamble. You know, Norfolk State and Delaware, man. You got to look at that. That's a money line right there. It's 6-3 Norfolk State.
Oh, okay.
But I'm really watching to keep eye on Tulane.
Yep, 7-6 right now.
Yep.
Okay. We also got our man Doug from down there in Houston. How you feeling, Doug?
I'm feeling blessed, man. Thank you guys for having me on. Thank you, Sean, SEC Sean, turning me on. I love talking football. I've been talking football with that guy for years, but it's been a while. Been a while though.
Yeah.
But
cool. We glad you was able to make it this evening with us. We're gonna get into this Thursday night NFL action real quick. We got the 2-5 Ravens, who are 5.5-point favorites over the 2-6 Dolphins, who I'm hoping my man Quinn Ewers can get some time tonight.
yes, sir.
The over and under is 47.5. How y'all feeling about that game tonight with the Ravens and the Dolphins?
Talk to us post game.
I've said it before. If anybody can dig themselves out this hole the Baltimore Ravens have put themselves in, I believe it's that dude, Lamar Jackson. He'll be healthy. He'll be playing tonight. He might be a little rusty to start the game, but I totally expect him to be up to par, be himself. Lamar Jackson, he's been out for a few weeks, but if anybody can pull their team out of that hole, I believe it's Lamar Jackson. I still don't believe in Miami's defense. I don't believe nobody believes in their defense. And I think Derrick Henry is going to get the rock. I think Lamar Jackson is going to make plays. Tua did play well last week, but I just think having their best player back, the Ravens are going to be up to the task, and I think they'll get the job done tonight.
I'm agreeing with you the same way, man. It's good to see you in here as well, Doug, man. We appreciate you in the comments.
Appreciate you.
And Dan, appreciate you
coming in from Texas where you at, man. We know it's a lot of football going on down there, so definitely. Yes, sir. That. And I'm taking Lamar, like you said, post game. I think he's one of the hottest things in the topic of discussion of teams and being brought back from what kind of hole they in, what situation, whatever the record may be. We know what Lamar could do. I think he comes out and shocks us all tonight. He goes over 100 yards fresh off a hamstring injury, maybe $150. And we see some of the sauce that led Lamar Jackson into that MVP that he had last year. So I'm going to go with the Ravens in a blowout. And I think they're going to go over this 47.5 tonight at Miami.
I'm going to take Baltimore. This is a perfect game for Lamar to come back on. It's not, it's not one of the top teams. It's not like it's a rough team to go against for him. So he can kind of work himself in. This is going to mostly affect Henry because now teams can't just key on Henry. So ultimate question got to be that defense got to show up. They've been 44 points to Houston.
Yeah.
Who's been struggling a little bit on offense, and then so we'll see what happens. But yeah, I'm taking the Ravens. I'm taking that cover.
Yeah, I'm taking Ravens pretty big.
I'm not touching the spread. I'm not touching the over/under.
Yeah, I like the Ravens. I mean, as long as they can run the football, help Lamar out a little bit. Because like Sean said, this is a perfect game for him to come back because Dolphins defense, they're not really stopping anybody. Inconsistent quarterback play. I'd love to see Quinn get some time too, but yeah, I think Baltimore is definitely gonna. I think they're gonna cover. What is that? 5.5, 7?
Yeah, 5.5.
5.5. Yeah, I'm thinking about 2 touchdowns, and I'll take the over too on Lamar rushing yards. I think they got him at like 38, something like that, because of his hammy. I mean, if he's playing, he's healthy. He's gonna move around and make some plays tonight.
Yeah, I agree. I think if he's playing, then he's going to do everything that he would normally do. He ain't going to be holding anything back. He's trying to get his team back up there to the top of the division and possibly into the playoffs. And the only way that that's going to happen is if he go out there and be Lamar Jackson. So I think that the Ravens are going to probably thump the Miami Dolphins, and I think that anytime a guy comes back off of the injury reserve and he's your quarterback, he's your star on your team, you got to show up for that guy and get a win, man. You can't let him come back and not get the win. You got to get the win. So I think that the Ravens going to go out there and thump the Dolphins. They're going to cover that 5.5. And hell, they might score the 47.5 themselves. So I would take the over in that one as well.
Then we going live on Facebook too. I'm live with Jimmy Jam, our WTP Sports Dudes Almanac. He said he got Baltimore in the win tonight, and he said Tua's career as a Dolphin is over. It's coming straight from our Sports Almanac, Jimmy Jam. We appreciate you tuning in as well from Facebook.
Let's go, QE.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that Tua will go ahead and maybe hang it up, man, after having that concussion last year. But he decided to come back and play this year. But I think the writing's on the wall for that young man. And we wish him the best, whatever he decides to do after this season. But once Quinn Ewers get out there, I hope he don't give it back.
He ain't giving it back.
Let's turn our attentions to college football. We got a nice slate this upcoming Saturday. We're going to roll in there first with the Penn State Nittany Lions at the number 1 Ohio State Buckeyes, who are favored by 20.5. Could you ever in your mind ever imagine that Ohio State would be favored by 20 points over Penn State? Yeah, that's the reality today.
Mm-hmm.
It's only 43.5. They're favored by 20.5 points, and the over and under is only 43.5. They're saying Penn State ain't gonna score no points today or Saturday. What's your thoughts about this game?
They still got both running backs, right? Post game. They still got their quarterback. They still got the same team. Only thing they missing is the coach, right?
Yeah.
That dude that's coaching at Penn State is making a homecoming this weekend, I believe so, right?
Drew Aller's out for the season, though, right?
Yeah, okay. I believe so.
Yeah, Drew Aller's out for the year.
With the homecoming of man, this Ohio State wins, but that 20 is crazy.
20 is crazy.
I'm gonna take Ohio State. I mean, they number 1. I want to say they cover and get the over. But I'm going to just say Ohio State get the win, and you never know what kind of game this could be, man. Maybe the quarterback throw the deep ball, something Allard couldn't do. Who knows?
Yeah, man, I'm with you. Ohio State is rolling. They look to be the best team in the country. That defense is just playing lights out. I don't believe Penn State will be able to do much against that defense, so I'm taking Ohio State. I don't know about those numbers though, man. Those numbers are a little wild to me, but I definitely got Ohio State in this game. They keep rolling.
Yeah, I definitely got Ohio State too. 20 points. I think Ohio State, I think they've been covering pretty much all year. I mean, but the interesting thing to me is with this Penn State team, I was listening to some handicapper with whatever they're worth, but he was saying if Penn State and let's say Texas A&M, he was using Texas A&M. If Texas A&M and Penn State met on a neutral field, he felt that Penn State would be a 1-point favorite, even though they probably wouldn't because of Vegas. But I don't know if that's strictly a power rating type of deal or what. But that's what tells me that the 20-point line is pretty high. But I wouldn't be surprised if they covered that, to be honest with you, because they're clearly the best team in the country, defensive wise. You got a quarterback. Is he a freshman or I think he's a redshirt freshman?
Redshirt
Julian.
freshman,
Redshirt.
Yeah. So I mean, they're rolling. I like Ohio State. And you know what? I'll go ahead and say they're going to cover. They've been covering all year. Might as well.
Ooh, I like it, Doug. You ain't the only one that's talking. Jimmy Jam, real quick, since you said that, he's in the comments and he said OSU is going to cover and they're going to get their first defensive touchdown on the season. That's two that's saying they're going to cover. Might be that type of weekend for them.
I got Penn State winning.
Woo.
Penn State was predicated on their defense. I think their defense is going to shut Ohio State down. I really just said that because I saw Zay in the comments. There ain't no way.
I almost pulled the grandma freeze on you on that one, SEC Sean, because I didn't know. I thought you was joking. I thought you was for real because we had some crazy picks the last couple of weeks.
No, I'd take Ohio State to win this game. 20.5 is pretty high. But I think if there's a team that can put 20.5 on probably a Penn State and win, it's probably Ohio State. It's at Penn State. This is so tricky because what are you going to get from Penn State? Are those kids going to fight? Or are they going to quit? And until you know that answer, you won't know. If those kids fight, they could keep this within 20. I don't see them being able to score enough points to win against that Ohio State defense. But, I mean, if the kids have quit already, then that game could be – that could be nasty.
It could be bad. Be real bad.
Yeah, that was my point too, SEC Shine. Is Penn State going to go out there as a team and as players and play hard against the number one team in the country? Are you going to go into the shoe and just lay down? Or are you going to go out there and put your best foot forward and at least try to make the game competitive? We know you're not going to win the game, but at least go in the shoe and make this thing competitive, especially if you're one of those players who might be trying to audition for somebody else and hit that portal. You need to go out there and play a little bit hard and try to make this thing interesting. Yeah. I think the fact that Ohio State is at home in the shoe probably got that spread so high. Maybe if it was in Penn State, it would only be around 10 points, still double digits. But the fact that it's in the shoe, I think they're going to get killed. I don't think they're going to come ready to play. I don't even think they want to play. But please just don't go out there at Penn State and get blew out. Have some pride. Go in there and play hard and make it look good. But I got Ohio State winning this. I got them covering that 20.5 as well. Will they go over that 43.5? I think so, because I think Ohio State going to put up at least 40 of it. So if they get a field goal or so, they might be able to get in there.
Let me ask y'all a question. Let's just say, because this college football, anything can happen. I don't think it will happen, but if Penn State is able to keep this game close, what does that look like from them? What kind of game are they playing?
Well, I said all season from the first time that Ohio State played Texas that what you want to do to Ohio State is, if you can, run as much tempo as possible, put the unit out there that you want to be out there, and run the football. When Texas has success, they had success running the football and going with tempo so that those defensive linemen for Ohio State had to stay on the field. And that's when Texas had the most success. I think that's the key for any team, is to be able to run the football, maybe come in there with 2 tight ends and force Ohio State to stay on the field and get them defensive tackles tired, so that way you can probably get some gashes here and there and keep the ball moving. If they can stay in 3rd and short and still be able to run the football, they should be in pretty good shape. But is that going to happen? Because I don't know what their quarterback can do with his arm. I probably believe that Ohio State will probably be able to stop anything they got, because they ain't got to worry about the quarterback throwing the ball too much.
See, I agree to disagree. I think Penn State's only option is to run the ball, but not with tempo. I think Penn State has to limit the amount of possessions Ohio State gets. Penn State has to turn this into like that Vandy Missouri game, 17-10. That's the only option they have.
So another question.
Old school Big Ten
was with Penn State. Like, what Penn State team is this? You know, they got Ohio State this week, and they got Indiana the following week. This is probably a breaking point. You know, what are we going to see? Like you said, like, I think that's a big key, you know, just coming out in the first quarter, possibly Penn State's first possession. If Ohio State gets a defensive touchdown in that first possession, Penn State comes out, I think Ohio State might get 50, because that means their defense is going to do something different. And that's the part that we haven't seen this season, is Ohio State's defense turning the ball over. We know how great they are, but, you know, so it's a lot to think about with this Penn State team. Jimmy Jam said Ryan Day has only lost 5 times at 5 noon games, 4 of those to Michigan. Sorry, fan Doze, this coming from Jimmy Jam, but it's tough to think about.
Is he taking Penn State?
Jimmy Jam said Ohio State blows him out and gets
He loves Ohio State. He ain't taking nobody but Ohio State.
Through and through. You couldn't even get him. But man, I don't know what to say about Jam. He's good at Buckeye.
And also, real quick, Rob, if you don't mind, does Jim Knowles being on that sideline, could that possibly be an advantage for Penn State?
I'm going to say no, only because we all know that to get a Jim Knowles defense down, it's going to take you 3 years. I don't think those guys, even though they got talent on the defense, I don't think they got his scheme all the way down yet. That's why you see a team like UCLA put up the kind of points they put up on them. You've seen who they play. Did they play Indiana or somebody else put up a nice amount of points on them? It might have been Oregon. So it's the fact that they're not going to have his system down yet. Will he become their next head coach? I mean, if you want to have success defensively, Jim Knowles is the guy to have if you're willing to be patient with him and give him those 3 years. I would consider making him the coach, but that buyout is kind of high to let him go. So I don't know, man. I would say ain't not going to happen for him.
But what I'm asking is, do y'all think Jim knows something about maybe something about that team that everybody else doesn't know about?
I think if we're going to get the best Penn State, this the weekend to get them. If Penn State not coming correct, we not going to see Penn State. You know, I was thinking with Penn State, you know, they say, and no, this is no disrespect. I know it says we are, but my question was, are we, you know, Penn State? You know, because this is something that I didn't expect to see Penn State fall off like this season. It's crazy to me to be talking about them. This Ohio State having the 20-point spread against them as well. So it's crazy.
If he don't know their signs, then he can't help them.
All I know is that if I'd have told y'all back when media days were going on that when we get to Penn State and Ohio State, it's going to be a 20-point spread, y'all have put me in a mental institution.
We sure
Some of y'all may want to still do that, but you would have really done it then.
I'd have froze up on you real quick on the computer, Sean. Like, I'd have really been froze for a minute on that one. It's crazy, man.
I wasn't me personally. I was never sold on Penn State. I thought people were crazy for ranking them number one.
But I did say that. When we did that ranking, and I had Penn State. I think I didn't have Penn State in that top 5.
I took Oregon. I took Oregon to beat Penn State over there, and I don't even think that Oregon's. I think they're a little overrated.
I like that
this year. I love their quarterback, but you know
what's crazy about that statement? USC and Oregon still got to play.
At USC right now, I think USC with Lemon out there getting lemons and eating lemons and catching lemons, I think he's gonna get a victory for USC with Oregon. Man. I think that's a big game.
Yeah. Before we go to the next game, let's get some of FanDuel's comments in here real quick. He said the quarterback struggled against Iowa last week. It's about to get real wicked for him, talking about Penn State's quarterback. He said, no, we know all his tendencies. Talking about Ohio State, know all of Jim Knowles' tendencies. And we want to score. We want to run the score up on him. Yeah, I know they want to run the score up on Jim Knowles for sure. And he said, as far as Jim Knowles knowing anything, he said it's like running pick and roll in basketball, stop us. So he don't think they're gonna have nothing coming. And they have 17 dudes who was projected to be drafted on that team, on that Penn State team. So they got some talent. It's just whether or not they're gonna be able to make something happen. And he think the spread is that high because of Julian Sain. Or maybe the other teams lack a quarterback.
What's your score prediction, FanDuel? It's good to see you in here as well. What's your score prediction?
While he's getting his score prediction for that game, let's go to our next game. We got number 9 Vanderbilt traveling to DKR in Austin, Texas to play me and my man Doug's UT Longhorns. We favored by 2.5, y'all. That should tell you something.
Yeah, I've seen 3.5 on some lines. It's crazy.
Yeah, some lines it is 3.5. You're right. The over and under is 44.5. What's your thoughts on this game? And we're gonna let Doug go last.
Give me Vandy. Give me Vandy. I don't know. I think we don't know 100%. Arch is. I know he's questionable.
He practiced today, I heard.
Yeah, I haven't seen the injury report. It should come out here shortly for tonight. If he was questionable yesterday, so he'll be questionable, I'm sure, today at least, or probable. I doubt he's going to go backwards, but I don't trust Arch. If you tell me to pick a quarterback, I'm going to take Pavia. I trust more than Arch right now. I think Pavia makes a play or two. I think Vanderbilt wins. I'm leaning the under. I think Vanderbilt wins outright, and I'm going under in that game. I think it's going to be like what Vanderbilt played last week. 17-10, 21-17 type game. It's just the way I see Vanderbilt playing their games here against these teams. Just one of those things. I like Vanderbilt in this game.
Man, listen. This is a very intriguing game. I really like Pavia. If you just look at the talent on Texas's roster, you would think that this is a sleeping giant, just based on the talent they got at Texas. I'm picking Texas at home, fellas. I think that Hill, y'all linebacker Hill, is gonna see Pavia. Y'all can't let that tight end for Vanderbilt get off, because he will tear y'all to shreds. But I like Texas at home. That crowd gonna be jumping. I think y'all defense has a day. I think Sark knows he needs to win this game, and I like the Longhorns to get it done in a low scoring game. I'm gonna say 17-23.
I like that talk post game because me, you know, I like this Texas team. I think you gave Texas a way to get in. I think Texas at the 20 spot are right where they need to be. Texas could beat Vandy and possibly be the third best team in the SEC at this point in the season, regardless of what anybody say. The games they've played, what they went through at this point in the season, I think this Texas team's defense, like Ohio State's defense, shows up. And we get to talking about, hey, this Ohio State defense showed up, this Texas defense showed up. They both put on a show this weekend. I'm taking Texas. Arch or no arch. Texas good with Sark for the win.
Yeah, of course, I'm taking my Longhorns as well. I think that this game plays better for Texas than it does for Vanderbilt. I think the tight ends for Vanderbilt are going to be a concern for Texas, especially if Michael Taft can't play. But our safeties are going to have to be ready to take on some of that challenge. I think we'll probably play Ty Anthony Smith a little bit more in this game because of those tight ends. I think he gives us a better chance against those tight ends than Leona LaFau. Of course, now we unleashed Anthony Hill to do some things like you see him do in last game. I think he'll be on Pavia's neck. Of course, our defensive ends will really give Vanderbilt some issues as well. We'll be able to get some pressure on him. The main thing we got to do is not rush too far up the field and give him that run lane because that's the way he want to extend plays. But if we can be disciplined and not do that, we should be able to handle Vanderbilt's offense. But those tight ends are going to be tough for Texas to handle. But I also believe that even though Vanderbilt's defense is decent, I think Texas should be able to do some things against their defense. They don't really have to worry about Vanderbilt's wide receivers too much because they're not as fast as what they faced last week against Mississippi State. I think whether it's Arch plays or if it's Caldwell, I think we're going to be fine either way because I think we're going to establish the run and be able to do our short game and get those guys some touches so that we can keep the chains moving. That's the reality for Texas. Just keep the chains moving. Keep yourself in third and shorts so you got your whole playbook wide open for you. And if Arch plays, then I think we beat them pretty handily.
Yeah, I like the number 2 scoring defense in the SEC, the number 1 rushing defense in the SEC to shut down Vandy. I don't think they're going to be able to run the ball. And if they can't run the ball, then guys like Colin Simmons, Ethan Burke, they're just going to pin their ears back. And what's his name is going to be running around for his life. And I really think the defense is going to have a day. It might be a low-scoring game. It really depends on the quarterback. I really don't know much about Caldwell, to be honest with you. I think he's been in like 4 or 5 schools in the last 4 or 5 years. I think he started maybe 5 games or 8 games or 5 games and thrown about 8 picks. So I'm hoping Archie plays, but I don't know because I heard that the true freshman, KJ Lacey's taking number 2 snaps this week. So, we'll see. We'll see if Archie plays. I don't know what the concussion protocol is. I heard he practiced today. I don't know what. Maybe he was just standing around practicing. Who knows? But no, I like Texas to cover in this one. This is a must-win for both teams. It's almost a playoff game. I don't think Vandy gets in with 2 losses. Because a 2-loss team in the SEC, it's gonna come down to the committee in a lot of places. So I know Texas can't afford to lose. So this is a must-win for them at home. Early game. It's going to be rocking. I think I like Texas to cover.
SEC Sean, real quick, man. You being a lone Texas A&M Aggie in here. You got a couple Longhorns over there. How you feeling about that this evening, sir? Just have to ask you that.
He's used to
I
it.
know they're picking with you about that.
It is what it is. I mean, there's so many different things that you just got to learn to deal with it. That's why whenever we're talking about the University of Texas until November 28th, I'm going to go first when their game's on this little board. And then I'm going to sit over here and shut up and just let them boast and act like they the biggest and baddest. And we'll find out on the 28th when we put 50 on them.
Ooh. I'm like,
ain't happening.
If Mississippi State put 38 on you, I promise you we can put 50.
And we not even in the garden. I like that, SEC Sean. I like what you're talking about, SEC Sean.
Some breaking news. Arch Manning is questionable. The SEC puts out their injury report at 8 o'clock every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Arch is questionable. Michael Taft is questionable. I don't see that kid playing. He just had surgery on his hand. He's a DB. He don't need to play in this game. I'm sorry.
And we're missing him a lot.
Yeah,
back there.
Mississippi State was
Big
glad
time.
we're missing him too.
That was the difference right there for me.
Some other breaking news: LSU is expected to part ways with Scott Woodward, the AD, shortly.
Yeah.
Did we hear anything? I was reading something about possibility of Ed Ogeron coming back. Let's talk about him around in the building.
No, he's not going back.
Which was crazy.
He may come back as like a recruiting type coordinator or something, but he ain't coming back as a head coach.
Right.
All signs I'm hearing are pointing to Summerall from Tulane.
They in a big one tonight.
Yeah.
They got a game on.
Yeah, they losing too.
Yeah, FanDuel said they are talking about Taft coming out there with a cast on. I really don't want Taft to play at all. I want him to wait.
Ain't the 80s.
Yeah, wait till we play Georgia. He'll have this week off, next week on the bye, and then come back for Georgia. I hope that I know he wants to play, but he doesn't need to play. We got good enough safeties out there that we could win without Taft against Vanderbilt, in my opinion. I think we can win without him. I miss him, though. Don't get me wrong. I miss him. Let's look at this next game. We got number 10 Miami, favored by 12.5 at SMU. The over and under is 50.5. What's your thoughts on SMU? Do they got a chance to even make this game interesting at home?
They play defense.
I wouldn't want this to be like that South Florida game. That's my type of thing, like how South Florida shocked Florida. I don't want it to be that type of game. We've seen some crazy things happen this season in college football, I'm going to just say the least. I got Miami. It's going to be tough, I think, but I think they can definitely get this spread double digits. I'm going Miami.
Yeah, I'll also take the Canes in this game. I think Miami's going to rebound. I think they'll be playing in the ACC championship game. Of course, they're going to need a little help, but I think they're going to get it done. I still like this team. They got a hell of an offensive line. They're really talented. That receiver, Tony, monster. I don't think SMU is going to have anything for him. So I like Miami, and I like Miami to cover.
I think it depends on which Miami team shows up or which quarterback decides to show up. I mean, Miami's best win this year, I think, was Notre Dame. They lost to Louisville. They beat Stanford pretty good last week, but I think they struggled in the first half. And but they ended up covering anyways. SMU is coming off a pretty bad loss last week over there in Wake Forest. I don't know, man. I kind of like SMU to at least stay within the points. I don't think they're going to win. I think they have they might be a live dog at home, but depending on if Carson Beck wants to turn the ball over. But yeah, I got Miami to win for sure, though.
I got Miami to win, SMU to cover the spread. I think SMU can be within 10. I think both teams play defense. Doug's right. What quarterback do you get from Miami this week?
Yeah.
Let's be real, even when he was at Georgia, Carson Beck had, he ruined his draft stock that 1 year,
Sure.
So are you going to get the 4 interception Carson Beck, or are you going to get Carson Beck against Notre Dame? If you get Louisville Carson Beck, SMU can blow them out of the water.
Yeah.
Yep.
That SMU team is full of nothing but Dallas, South Oak Cliff, Duncanville,
That's right.
DeSoto. And if you don't know nothing about those high schools, look them up.
They got speed.
Dude, they got speed, strength, and talent. So that's just, Rhett Lashley just locked in that whole little compound right there of those schools and said, we're going to keep our kids here. And that's
Can you imagine if Keelan Russell was there right now?
That's it. That's what I'm saying. Traylon Green's from right there over at Arkansas.
Just to mention, real quick, he mentioned Kalen Russell. You said Kalen Russell, right? From
Keelan Russell, Alabama.
Did you see the little post the coach kind of tried to whisper to him after Bama's game a little bit?
Yeah.
Snatched him up.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Yeah, the coach, he put an end to that real quick.
Real quick, man.
Bored. Yeah.
That boy talented. It's showing.
Oh, yeah, I love that kid, man. And you know what makes him special is that he outworks everybody, man. Keelan Russell outworks people. That's what makes him special. You'll see that at Alabama if he doesn't come back home. Hope he does.
Yeah, I'm taking Miami as well. Will they cover that 12.5? I don't know about that. If you would have asked me this maybe 4 weeks ago, I would have said, oh, yeah, they're going to thump the hell out of SMU. But the way they played and the way Carson Beck came back down to reality, SMU playing at home, I think they can make this game very interesting. I think Miami will win because their defensive ends, man, they are monsters. And I think they'll be able to handle the offense of SMU, but I ain't got no stock in Carson Beck, man. I probably think he's worse than probably what Van Dulzea think he is. So I don't have no faith in him, even though I think he started the year hot with that team. I got him winning the game, but I don't think they're covering that 12.5. Next up, we got number 5, Georgia. Favored by 7.5, traveling to Florida. Will Florida get up for them the way they got up for the Texas Longhorns when they came to the swamp? The over and under is 50.5. Can Georgia win this? Can Florida win this game?
At home?
At home.
Yeah. They're a live dog, maybe.
It's a neutral site.
Oh, it's a neutral site.
It's in Jacksonville.
Is it in Jacksonville?
Yeah, okay. They play neutral site every year.
That's right. That's the cocktail party.
Cocktail party. Yep.
The cocktail party. That's right.
What's the weather like this weekend down there in Jacksonville?
I don't know if they get none of that storm off the ocean or not.
It's warmer than here.
Georgia.
That's all I'm gonna tell you. It's warmer than here. That's all I'm gonna tell you.
Georgia going for
who's got the better roster, you think? Because Florida got some dogs.
Florida got some dogs, bro.
Georgia's roster is if people go look at Georgia's roster, it'll surprise people. I haven't clearly looked at it, but they definitely got some heat. It's just I think this quarterback situation they in is different for them. And that's what I think they really trying to search for is a comfortable quarterback for the future. But I'm gonna take Georgia.
If we going off the past couple of years of recruiting rankings, it better be Georgia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But neutral site, I thought it was in the swamp, man. So this game had me a little worried, but I'll take Georgia, man. I think they Kirby Smart. I like Kirby Smart. I think he's a hell of a coach. And I just think, they. I can't see Florida beating Georgia on a mutual site.
I think the X factor might be the interim coach. The newfound belief in what we're doing now because the old didn't work. Maybe they play above their heads a little bit. I still like Georgia to win, but maybe Florida can keep it within a touchdown. But we'll see.
This is my take on it. You're right. Their interim coach, what's he going to do? Look at Florida all year long. That offense was very, very, very conservative.
Mm-hmm.
I think they ripped the Band-Aid, and I think they just start letting DJ sling it.
There you go.
If he throws 9 interceptions, so what? If he throws 9 touchdowns, okay. I think they just ripped the governor off the whole offense and just let it sing. They've got the receivers. They've got a quarterback who can spin it. And that dude, like I said, I've seen that dude since high school. He's legit something crazy. But they got a hell of a running back. They got a pretty good defense. I'm not going to say it's elite, but it's a good defense. I think Florida wins this game.
Damn.
Plus, I need Florida to win this game to give Georgia another SEC loss because that'll make my path a lot easier to Atlanta. But
I knew it was something about the SEC.
Nah, I actually have Florida winning. I have to do that out there just because those two guys on the left side over there on the screen.
Georgia don't have the trenches like they've had in the past, man. They don't have those big uglies on the offensive line or the defensive line, so they can be had in that area. Will Florida be able to do it? I think they can. I think that they got a running game. They got a good offensive line. I think they can control the clock. They can force Georgia into situations that they might not want to be in, especially if they can get up a score or two on Georgia. They can really make this thing interesting, man, and see if Gunner Stockton can make the throws that he needs to make it. He did it against Tennessee. He didn't quite get it done against Alabama. Will Florida be able to put him in the same kind of predicament to where he got to make some plays and maybe they can get some pressure on him, much like they did Arch Manning? But, of course, our offensive line is far worse than Georgia's. So I think this could be a very interesting game. I don't think Georgia covers this 7.5. I think they can get the win, but I don't think they're covering that 7.5.
You knew the Longhorn guys were going to pick Georgia because they don't want Georgia to lose and be pissed off because they got Georgia next week at Georgia.
That's right.
They don't want to piss off Kirby Smart. That's what it is. They scared.
Just to throw this out there real quick, SEC, Sean, since we're talking, we got both Texas on here. How would it be if you had Texas A&M, and am I missing one? All in there in this playoff this season.
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech. Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be dope.
Yeah.
I would love that.
They all got a home game too.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can. Well, I mean, it would be great. I mean, for some of the old rivalries from the old Southwest Conference days and even Big 12 days.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you could potentially, if it works out, you could potentially get a Texas Tech in the first round at Tech, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I think Tech would have by that point won the Big 12, so they're going to get the higher seed.
Is this Joey McGuire's first season as a head coach?
No.
He's
been coach for like 4 years.
Wow.
I know he was at Cedar Hill for a while.
Yeah, he left.
Won like 3 state championships at Cedar Hill. Yeah. Okay.
He's pulling. He's got those ties to the Texas high school coaches too. So
his whole roster will be full with Texas kids when it's all said and done.
And he gets a lot of those West Texas kids that nobody else recruits.
Yeah.
From the little small schools, little 3A schools and stuff, just strong country boys. That's what he goes. And now Tech's putting money into it. But I mean, there's a good possibility you see 3 schools. I mean, Texas has a chance. Texas hinges on it. If Texas loses this weekend, they're done.
Yeah, just gotta
Texas
win.
is in win out mode. They have to win out.
They have to win out.
And then what would have been even more crazier is if North Texas would have came out.
Yeah.
Well, that game's not on our list up here, but I want to bring that up at the end of our conversation because that is a big game this week.
Yeah, we definitely can do that. Let's look at our next game. I think it's number 2, Indiana, traveling to Maryland to play the Maryland Terrapins. They're favored by 22.5. Indiana is. The over and under is 50.5. Now, this Maryland team, those Big Ten guys were saying this Maryland team was pretty good, but they're a plus 22.5. So how good are they? What's your thoughts on this game? Can Maryland make something happen?
That's a good question. Go ahead, Doug.
Maryland ain't beat nobody but what? Wisconsin? Wisconsin's terrible.
Right.
I mean, I don't know, man. I think Indiana's rolling. I didn't think I was talking to Sean about this last week. I didn't think Indiana was going to cover 26 against UCLA. I covered that in the first freaking quarter, I think, or second quarter.
Yeah.
They near doubled that spread.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maryland, they don't do nothing for me. Like I said, their best win was Wisconsin, 27-10. Wisconsin's terrible. I like Indiana to cover for sure.
See, I just caught Zay's comment. He's right. Maryland's solid, and playing at Maryland is never real easy. I mean, I've seen Texas go up there. No, this is not a dig at y'all, but I've seen Texas roll up there with a really talented roster and got beat down. Because they had my boy back there returning kicks in from Manville, Reggie Hemphill, and
here we go.
But they got beat. I mean, bad. I mean, I
get beat by BYU. You should get beat by BYU bad all the time too.
Well, yeah, that's true. I mean, but I think Indiana wins. I don't want to say they're going to cover, but man, I said they weren't going to cover last week at 20, and they did. So I'm gonna have to, until I see them different, I'm gonna have to say they're going to cover.
Yeah, fellas, I agree with Zay. I do like their freshman quarterback at Maryland, but I think this week is barbecue chicken. I haven't. Maybe y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, but I haven't seen Maryland really good since Big Ralph Friedgen. Y'all remember him?
Click clack. The click clack commercials. When they had that one coach back in the day.
Was it Ralph Friedgen? That
Can't remember
years ago. But yeah, I like Indiana, man. They rolling, man. And what Signetti has done with that program is a beautiful thing to see. And I think they continue to roll this weekend. So I got IU.
The crazy thing with this game, I was sitting here, and as we was talking, I know it's Indiana at Maryland. I started to think that I was picking an upset with Zay's comment coming in, thinking he was talking about the Ohio State game against Maryland. But I'm going with Maryland in the upset at home. I like this freshman QB. I like this freshman QB. Moss B going to call it like you see it. I know Indiana is shocking college football. Signetti got something going. I like the Indiana team. Don't get me wrong. I called them last week, I think, or the week before on that UCLA spread. I said they would go over. I'm going with Maryland at home in the upset. Put something on this freshman QB's resume, because if you go across the board, this college football season, every freshman QB has won a big game this season. And this is his time to stand up and shine and do his thing. So I'm going with Maryland Terrapins in the upset at home against the number 2 ranked Hoosiers.
I would shake things up. That's for sure.
I would shake things up, Doug. You said it right. And I'm not drinking too much caffeine tonight.
Mossberg, you ain't drinking too much caffeine, but shit, there's something in that damn caffeine.
You ain't lying.
Because they about to get their asses Get.
There's some three fingers of something up in that cup. I promise you.
Nah, man, that's the
Man,
skirt
they don't know what's about to hit them, bro. I mean, I hope you're right. I hope they can make this game interesting, man, because I want to see Indiana get a test. Outside of going to Eugene, Oregon, they really haven't had any kind of test whatsoever. I would like to see them get one, but I don't think they're going to get it from Maryland, especially not with a freshman quarterback. I think they're getting killed, man, and I don't see Indiana not covering this spread of 22.5. Hell, it can be 32.5, but they probably still cover that. I got Indiana thumping them, man, but I hope you're right, Bossberg. I hope they can make this thing interesting, man.
You know me, man.
I don't see it. I don't see it. Fanduze said he don't think they're gonna cover though.
May not.
I tell you, man, it's something about this game, man. I don't. If you think of any game that could shake the college football playoff, this is your game. This is the game to shake the college football playoff weekend. The week college football playoff in general, and this is like one of them big weekends. This is the game that'll shake up everything. So I'm going Maryland. I'm not going to change it. And this is respectably understand the Indiana season. I mean, they're a great team. I'm not taking nothing away from them. I'm just going with Maryland in this game at home.
Let me ask you a question, bro, because if you got them losing to Maryland, then they probably going to lose again. Does anybody have IU schedule pulled up?
Yeah. I got all that. I got quite a few pulled up. They got at Maryland, they got at Penn State, they got the Wisconsin Badgers, and then they play at Purdue. They got 3 road games.
So if they lose Saturday, you believe they'll lose again?
Remember, Penn State has nothing to lose. They play number 1 Ohio State this week. They play number 1 Indiana the following week. I mean, it's in the air. And it's been that way all college football season. Something is going to shake. Nobody felt Texas was back in it. Texas get a big win. Oh, Arch is down, but guess what? Texas is possibly 1 win away from shaking the SEC. So it's a lot that's going on this college football season. So that's just my choice in this pick. You know how I be with some of these upset picks. I've been hitting on them this season.
Hey, I'm not mad at you. I was just curious to know if you thought they'd lose more than 1 game.
Yeah, it's possible. It's very possible because Penn State could shock us.
I look at it like this: if Indiana loses this game, then you're going to see what they're made of. If Indiana wins, I don't see another team beating them on that schedule. It could happen. I mean, we're talking about kids here. We're not talking about NFL players. And even NFL players can't keep it straight sometimes. By the way, Baltimore's up 7-3. And talking about shaking up the playoffs, UTSA is beating the ever-loving dog out of Tulane.
And let me mind you this. Conference and conference, unranked against a ranked. I'm going to just leave it at that.
It's a road game.
Yeah, for Tulane. But it's still unranked.
It's a road game. I've said it all year. Road games in any conference are not easy.
Yeah,
that's a fact.
Jeff Traylor's a hell of a coach too for you.
Hell yeah, he is.
Traylor, yeah.
For this one,
Gilmer Buckeyes.
Yeah.
Did y'all hear about Florida looking at USF's coach for their vacancy?
Yeah.
Interesting. Man, it's a big week, man. Big weekend.
Post-game FanDuel says sometimes the bottom half teams upset the top teams in the Big Ten. These are 19, 20-year-old kids. Sometimes they lose focus post-game.
Yeah, I can dig it.
Yeah, sometimes they lose focus. Except if they play for Ohio State, of course.
Don't get him riled up. He in the chat. He gonna be blowing that chat's gonna be scrolling like a good lord.
Yeah, you already know.
Going, Zay. We appreciate you, man. Get it going, Zay.
What's your thoughts on number 18 Oklahoma traveling to Knoxville to play number 14 Tennessee, who's favored by 3.5 in this game, and the over and under is 56.5. I guess they're expecting Tennessee to score at least 40 of that 56. What's your thoughts on this game?
I think it's going to be a pretty damn good game. I mean, Tennessee, at first glance, I'm thinking, okay, Tennessee at home at night, Neyland, they should be able to win. But who is Tennessee beating this year in the SEC? I think their wins against the SEC, their opponents are combined 1-17 or something crazy like that. And I think they lost to Georgia by 3. That's probably their best loss. They lost to Alabama. I don't know, man. This is going to be. I think this is going to be a really good game. I don't pull for Oklahoma ever, so I'm going to take Tennessee to cover. But I think Oklahoma could be a live dog in this one.
Quick question for you, Doug. If there was Oklahoma State on this game, would you go Oklahoma or Oklahoma State this season right now?
Oklahoma State's terrible.
I had to put you on
Oklahoma State, nothing, man. No.
I mean, you better put some respect on Tennessee, dog. They beat East Tennessee State 72-17.
Stop.
Come on, man. Hey, Ohio State rambling.
Okay.
So, I mean, you better not sleep on that. Come on,
man. And Texas Tech beat UAPB. Where my daughter goes to play softball at.
Arkansas Pine Bluff?
Yeah, she plays softball at Arkansas Pine Bluff. Yeah.
Make sure you send me that email. Conversation with Mossberg coming soon. Definitely.
He'll do an interview with her. Seriously. His daughter's a trip. His daughter's cool.
I'm going to take Tennessee in this one. I mean, well, I'm going to go with Tennessee because they're at home.
Yeah.
It's tough. I like this Oklahoma team. If Mateer playing, which I'm not for sure because I really haven't checked on him since that game last week. If Mateer plays, I'm going to switch, but I'm going Tennessee with them being at home. I think Aguilar could keep this Tennessee team pushing. And then, this SEC, I know we talk about it a lot, but it's at this point where it's getting crazy. Tennessee, Oklahoma, this game could determine a lot as far as in, who's out with this loss. Oklahoma could be out. Tennessee could be positioning themselves to be in. So I'm going to take Tennessee at home. It's tough, but I'm going to go Tennessee.
Yeah, fellas, really intriguing matchup, man. I'm not high on either one of these teams, but I don't think Oklahoma's defense is as scary as it was earlier on in the season. But I just can't see Tennessee marching up and down the field against this Oklahoma defense. So I'm gonna take Oklahoma, man. I think they'll find a way to get it done. I don't think John Mateer has been the same since he's came back from injury. And as Moss just said, I don't know if he's playing, but I don't think Tennessee is going to march up and down the field. I think Oklahoma finds a way to get it done.
Yeah, I don't know where the Mateer not playing's coming from. He's not even listed on any injury reports.
Nah, I just didn't know because I haven't kept up with him this week because I was just a little busy. But like I said, as long as he's playing, I just like that team. I like what he's doing with Oklahoma. So with that being said, I'm going Oklahoma. As long as he's playing, I'm taking Oklahoma. It's just a tough game.
I don't think Oklahoma stands a chance. I think Tennessee beats them down. Oklahoma's defense looks really good. At the beginning part of the year, everybody was raving about it. They didn't play anybody that could throw the ball. Now they did against Ole Miss, and you saw Chambliss went for 315 against them. I think Aguilar goes for 350. I think Tennessee beats them by multiple touchdowns, and I'm taking the over, and I think Tennessee will definitely cover. Give me the over in this game because I think Tennessee might get the over by themselves.
Yeah, I think this is a game, a matchup of each team's strength. Tennessee's offense, Oklahoma's defense. I think Oklahoma was able to find a little bit of running game last week in their game. Maybe they could go back to that young man again and he can maybe duplicate some of what he did last week and sort of keep Tennessee's offense on the sideline. I'm picking Tennessee in this game. Uh, every now and then I might pick Oklahoma because I got family that lives there and they're Oklahoma fans, and I try to show them a little bit of love. But deep in my heart, I don't ever want Oklahoma to ever win a football game. Ever. But I think Tennessee going to beat them pretty easily, man, because I think Oklahoma's offense is probably going to be dormant, even though Tennessee's defense is horrible. I just don't see Oklahoma having enough to contend with Tennessee, especially the way Tennessee likes to throw that ball down the field over your head. I'm taking Tennessee in this game. I think they're going to cover that 3.5, and I can see them going. No, I don't see them taking the over because Oklahoma ain't going to score no points to help Tennessee get that 56.5 over.
Know. Then again, I don't know. Kentucky put 34 on Tennessee.
Yeah. Kentucky's not bad, though. Kentucky's not bad.
But here's a question. Kentucky's terrible.
I mean, their record is horrible. But they do got some. They do got some players there.
But here's a question. And maybe it's just me, and y'all can whatever. But I never bought into the Mateer hype, and I still just don't see it. I just don't see him being that good. I mean, he's good, but not for what the hype was for him, is what I'm saying. Is I think, and I mean, I get it. I mean, there's no way in hell that kid's coming back next year. I mean, he's coming back. He's going to be there again next year. But I just don't see it. I think he was so hyped up to be, SEC Network is, he's the greatest quarterback in the SEC. And he made Oklahoma a national title contender immediately. And I don't see that from that kid.
I agree, Sean.
I think I spoke on that, and for me, it was more so what he did what he changed the outlook of the program. I felt that he really gave the program something to look to instead of having a mid SEC season. He really given them a push to where they could possibly get in the playoff and look towards that national championship. And another reason was they really haven't had nothing on the offensive side to really lead that team. And when you bring in a quarterback, I thought about the transition that Cam Ward went through. I know we talking about Cam Ward, who's in the NFL, and Mateer, two totally different quarterbacks. But when you think about when quarterbacks go through a transfer, the experience that they've gotten through that to perform in the position that he's in, that's where all of that was for me, just the process of what he went through and being where he was at, performing on that stage in the SEC. Coming back next year, it'll be, he got to have a definite Heisman type season for me to push more. But that was a lot of my talk with Mateer. I really still like him. I mean, the injuries hurting him. I like him. He's giving Oklahoma an opportunity to win some games for sure.
Yeah, Fando said he ain't been right since he got hurt. He ain't been right since he been back. So, I mean, I think I was buying the hype after I heard a lot of people talking about him being in the system with his old coach and the way he played against Michigan and the way he was looking all the way up into that Texas game or when he got hurt. I was sort of starting to believe in that hype. And then I started to see him play last week, and I said, okay, his thumb might still be banged up, but he still missed a lot of throws, man. And I think his receivers aren't the greatest, but they're not the worst either. And I expected to see something more out of him. He might end up coming back to Oklahoma, but if Brent Venables gets fired, then that means that offensive coordinator is going somewhere else, and maybe he'll follow that offensive coordinator because I really don't believe Brent Venables is going to keep his job if they drop this game to Tennessee because they're probably going to drop another one to Alabama. They can, if he goes 7-5, maybe they keep him, but I don't see it, man. I think they got to part ways with him. especially when you haven't won but one game against Texas. So, that's usually the indicator right there. If you can't beat Texas, we got to get somebody who can. What's your thoughts on number 23 USC, favored by 6.5, traveling to Nebraska to play the Cornhuskers, who the over and under is 58.5. Can Nebraska go ahead and slam the door on this USC team?
Nebraska just doesn't do it for me. I don't know. I mean, I think their best win was at Cincinnati this year. It wasn't bad, but I don't know. That team to me is just they're just not very fun to watch. Their quarterback, I think he's a little overrated, to be honest with you. The loss at Minnesota was that's not supposed to happen in Nebraska. They barely beat Northwestern. I don't know. I think USC is gonna beat them pretty bad. Honestly, I think I like USC by at least a couple of touchdowns. Yeah, I don't know. Nebraska just doesn't do it for me. They play okay defense, but they don't do it for me. What do you think?
I agree with you. I don't like this Nebraska team at all, personally, and their quarterback has a lot to do with that. I think he's overrated. I hate the fact they're always comparing him to Pat Mahomes, and he's always copying Pat Mahomes. That is so whack to me.
That is it's weird. It's weird, is what it is.
Yeah, and I like this. I like this USC team, man. High-powered offense, defense, just okay, but man, they can score, and I think they get the job done this weekend. So I'll take USC.
Zay, we appreciate the comments in the building, Zay. Man, he got me going crazy. If I'm laughing, I apologize. It's Zay in the comments. He got me and SEC Sean going crazy. I'm going with the Trojans. My dad's team. Pops, your Trojans get a win this weekend. Raiola, more like ravioli. Sorry about that, brother. I apologize, but that's how you playing this season for me. That's how it's going to be when USC come out. USC playing for a lot. USC is a team that, Zay talked about that could shock a lot of people, surprise a lot of people. I think it was one of his sleepers in the Big Ten. I felt that USC could have a good season, even with the loss that they had to your guys post game. I think you're still looking at a great team in USC. I got them in a big win at Nebraska this weekend. I think you're gonna see the defense and offense play like they played against Parlay Poe's Wolverines.
Man, USC. This ain't even gonna be close. This isn't even. I'm not even gonna watch this game. This is gonna be terrible. I might go outside and watch the grass grow.
Nebraska's boring, man.
USC is going to beat them down. I have no desire in this game at all. Who cares? Whatever. I mean, I'm just too busy. I'm with Moss, man. I thought Zay was trying to order dinner. He's like, if vegetables gets fired, I thought it said fried, and I'm like, what is he talking about? He meant Venables, but I was like, what are we doing here? I thought he was ordering I need some fried mushrooms or something on the side.
I'm thinking about KT's barbecue this weekend.
Dude, I don't know what he's doing, man. But yeah, so I don't. It's whatever. USC by probably 25-30. Who knows? FYI, UTSA is now up 24-6.
Woo! Sure are.
There went
trailer, man.
Off Bert.
That's got to help my Aggies look better.
You just talking your mess. You talking your mess, SEC, Sean. Look at you. Feeling good.
I had Tulane in my parlay.
Got the highest ranked team on the podium this evening. Hey, I feel you, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with it, man.
Yeah, I'm not sold on Nebraska either, man. I shout out to my man Onion and Brian Harris. They're huge Nebraska fans, man. They've been liking Nebraska since we were little kids, man. But their time is up, man. Nebraska will never be good again. The best thing they got going for them is their fans are nice. That's
They
about
got
it.
great fans. They got the best fans on the
Yeah,
planet.
they got the best fans
They
on the
really
planet.
do.
Yeah, they about
They
to
got the
get
blinders on too. It's crazy.
yeah. They're about to get crushed by USC, man. I feel sorry for them, even though they're gonna be at home, and their fans are gonna get that butt whooping, and they're gonna be so nice to those USC fans who come out there. They're gonna probably be buying them dinner and all this
Oh
crazy
yeah, you
stuff.
remember when they gave Ricky Williams a standing ovation there one time?
Yeah,
When they
yeah,
beat Nebraska over there, they gave him a standing ovation. Ricky Williams.
yeah.
That's crazy.
So I got USC winning this game. I got them covering that 6.5 too, man. Last game we got on the slate might be the game of the should be the game of the day, but I don't think it will be. Number 17 Cincinnati traveling all the way to Utah to play the Utah Utes, who are ranked 24 in the country. Utah's favored by 10.5. The over and under is 55.5. Does Cincinnati have any chance in hell?
Nope, they lost to Nebraska. Cincinnati did. So no. No.
No for Cincinnati. And they going to Utah. That is a tough place to play.
Yeah.
Yeah, Utah is tough, man. It's tough to play. I know Texas Tech went in there and got the job done, but that's Texas Tech.
Right.
Cincinnati is not Texas Tech. Even though I like the Cincinnati team, man, but I don't think they're going to travel to Utah and get the job done. I'll take Utah as long as Dampier doesn't have to throw the ball a lot. Utah will roll. And I don't think Cincinnati has what it takes to make Utah play that type of game.
Go ahead, Doug. What's your thoughts, SEC, Sean? I'm gonna come after you.
I wasn't even paying attention. I was over here looking up stuff about this quarterback from UTSA. Should have known. Doug will notice he's one of the McCown boys.
Oh, okay.
Josh
Was that like
Luke
the third?
McCown.
Was that like the fourth one or something?
That's Josh's son.
Oh, no kidding. Okay.
Yeah.
And Trailer's the coach, right?
Yeah.
He's the East Texas guy, right?
Yeah. Gilmer, yeah. So, what are we on? Cincinnati, Utah?
Yeah.
I think the travel out there is going to be a problem. I expect a close game. Give me Utah to win. What's the spread on that one again?
10.5.
Give me Utah to win, but Cincinnati to probably cover. I think Cincinnati's offense is pretty good, but I think they'll cover the 10.5. But I think Utah wins something, 28-24, somewhere in that range.
I'm going Cincinnati. I like my upsets. I got to pick them. I'm going to go Cincinnati. I like Sorsby. I like the 3 running backs they got that all got over 400-plus rushing yards. I think when you mix that with a passing attack Sorsby, you don't know what you can get. I think this is a game where, for Cincinnati, it's ride or die with this game. It's going to position them in a way where they need to be to try to get in the playoff as well. And for Utah, we know they plan for the Big 12 and positioning themselves as well. So I'm going to take Cincinnati in the upset. At Utah, I'm going with Sorsby in a hometown Cincinnati Bearcats in this one.
Yeah, I'm thinking the travel out west and the physicality of a Kyle Whittingham team is going to be the difference in this game. I think that Cincinnati has had some bright spots this season, but Utah is going to make that all vanish. I don't see them doing much against Utah. Not that Utah is some juggernaut, but I do believe they're the third best team second or third best team in the Big 12. And I got them winning this game. Will they cover that 10.5? Maybe not. I don't think they're that fancy of a team, but I think they're going to get this win. And it'll be easy, but it might not be more than 10 points, if that makes any sense. So, SEC, Sean, you said you want to talk about this Tulane game or the North Texas game?
The Navy North Texas game.
Oh, Navy, North Texas. Okay.
Take the over.
North Texas is favored by 6.5. Let me get the line for you real quick. This is coming off ESPN. That's just because it's the quickest for me to get to.
This out of North Texas.
Yep.
The Navy, they could possibly get in.
North Texas quarterback, that guy ain't bad. And from what I understand, he didn't even play quarterback in high school. I think he played safety and punted at Vandergrift?
Yep.
Austin Vandergrift?
Yep. He was the backup.
Won a state championship
on their state championship team. He was the backup quarterback and never took a snap.
Didn't even play.
Nope.
Played safety and punted the ball.
That's crazy.
So you got Navy at North Texas, UNT favored by 6.5, over and under 65.5.
Well, North Texas rush defense ain't good, and Navy likes to run the ball.
I'm taking Navy in this game.
Who knows?
I'm gonna take North Texas in this one because I think that even though Navy can run the ball, I just don't know that they can score enough if North Texas's offense is humming. I don't know that they can score with North Texas.
They score quick, man. They do,
man. I got North Texas winning this. Plus, you got to have some chaos, and y'all know I love chaos. So, give me North Texas to win this one. That just jumbles that whole group of 5 even more.
That's what I said with North Texas winning this. They still. And Tulane losing, it goes to Navy, North Texas, Memphis, South Florida. It's just crazy. So I'm gonna go North Texas as well. I like what they built in that program. Not only that, just to see a small school when people don't know who North Texas is to have such success. And I looked at their resume. They've had quite success over years, but no one's really known who they were. So it's good to see them being known, people talking about them. I go with Northwest. Shout out to the Naval Academy and everything you do as well.
What you got to say about that one, Post?
No, I already said I'm gonna take Navy in this game.
Oh,
I got Navy. I thought North Texas was gonna come out of this conference a few weeks ago. After that South Florida game, man, I can't rock with them like that. I think Navy's gonna win this game. I love North Texas and that quarterback's story though, but I'm gonna go Navy.
Navy can't get no pressure on him, man. He gonna light their tail up. I'm telling you that. They better be able to get some pressure on that guy, cause he can spin that sucker, man. He can spin it. And I'm telling you right now, one of those Power 4 schools better be looking at adding this guy to their roster, man. It might be a lower tier Power 4 school, but they need to be looking at this guy right now saying, listen, where your agent at? We need to whisper something in his ear. We got a dollar figure for him. Because that guy need to be playing Power 4 football somewhere. Because he can spin it, man. He can spin it.
Yeah, I believe him and his coach is out of there.
Yeah.
I am 100% post game, 100%. I believe that coach is going to be. I wouldn't be surprised to see that coach slide straight across from Texas to Arkansas over there.
Ooh.
And that quarterback might just follow.
I think Arkansas should definitely get a group of 6 coach to come there. They shouldn't go after anybody outside of the group of 6. Somebody hungry in a group of 6 to come and coach that Arkansas team, I think should be where their focus should be.
Either that or he slides north to Oklahoma State.
That too. Yeah, that too. FanDuel saying his upset of the week is Virginia Tech over Louisville. And he think NC State is going to beat Georgia Tech as well. What y'all think about those two games, and then we can get ready to wrap up?
I don't think Louisville beats Tech. I'm sorry. I think Louisville does beat Virginia Tech. Depends on what quarterback you get out of NC State. It's the same thing with the Georgia thing. Quarterbacks on Jordan, NC State can beat Georgia Tech. I think Georgia Tech's more rounded right now, and Haynes King is just a monster.
Love Haynes King, man.
Yeah, Haynes King is just grit, gut, just a monster, man. I hats off to that kid, man. I can't pick against Georgia Tech so long as he's the quarterback. But I talked about Louisville in the preseason, man. I thought a lot of people were sleeping on them, and I don't think Louisville is a fluke. I like that coaching staff and what they do, man. Really underrated. So I'll take Louisville and Tech.
Same here, man. I'm going Louisville. I'm going Tech. Like you said, Haynes King. We've been able to watch him for some years. I think, for me being an ACC guy, it's going to look different seeing Georgia Tech next season, not seeing him at the quarterback. So, shout out to what he's been going through this season, for him to just persevere, continue to play the game he loves. And hopefully, we don't know, this Georgia Tech team could possibly go undefeated this season, if I'm not mistaken.
Let me ask y'all who's real quick. Let me ask y'all who's more likely to get upset between Tech and Louisville.
Louisville.
Tech. I like Georgia Tech.
Is either one of those teams at home?
Both of them.
Both of them at home?
I believe so.
Yeah, Georgia Tech is at NC State, I think, right? Yeah.
I think Georgia Tech is out of those two games, I think Georgia Tech would be the one I'd put on upset alert more than Louisville.
I'm with you.
And I like that quarterback at Tech. But, I like him just because I like the kid.
Yeah, I like Georgia Tech. I love Haynes King. He's a coach's son, Longview, Texas. No surprise. Love the way he plays football. Yeah, I don't see Louisville losing to Virginia Tech. I got Louisville and Georgia Tech. I don't know if Georgia Tech. I think they're favored by 5.5. I think they can cover that.
Yeah. I don't think either one of them get upset, in my opinion. Man, Jet Life said, who do y'all think Cal can win over Virginia? He got Cal beating Virginia.
I
This one of
told
his
y'all.
upsets for the week.
Virginia traveled to Cal, right?
Yes, that was the game I was telling y'all about. This the game. I'm going Cal, man. I like the madness. I'm going Cal, Jet Life. Appreciate you throwing that in there.
I think that's more of an upset alert than Louisville or Georgia Tech.
Yeah,
I agree.
That Virginia loss could shake the ACC. That could make it look. It could really have that ACC on the verge of 3 or 2. You know what I mean? 1 to 3 teams in that playoff too.
Yeah, the SEC waiting on the ACC to slip up so they can go ahead and get 5 teams in there.
You don't slip up on Vandy, you and Doug, this weekend, because we got y'all winning.
Hey, that last year's game was only a 27-24 game. I can't even remember that game last year.
Yeah, it was. Close.
Vandy was good last year too. That's when they came. They beat Bama last year and all that stuff. And that was a close game, 27-24.
I think Vandy's a better team this year than they were, and I don't think Texas is better than they were last year.
No, they're not better than they were last year.
And I think Vandy is.
Yeah. Well, that's why they play the games. All right, y'all. So we'll be back again on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Doing another edition of what do we call our Saturday show?
What I had now.
We freestyling
Oh,
on
what's
Saturday.
it's either freestyle Saturday or it's what's happening in college football. Either or. We'll be back Saturday morning at 8 a.m. It'll be
I'll be delivering mail in Pearland, but I'll be watching for sure.
Also, you're a postmaster?
No, I carry mail for the post office.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
One of your 15 jobs as well, Mr. Doug.
That's good. Real quick, I was looking up that UTSA game. I think they're fixing to score again too, by the way. Yeah, they did 31-6. They're smashing Tulane. You know who else is on that team real quick, Doug? North Shore's former quarterback, David Amador.
Get out of here. He's on that team?
Yeah, he's a wide receiver, and he just threw a touchdown pass.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that team is stacked. That team has got more talent than what I thought they did.
Wow.
And I'm telling you, that coach is going to get some looks. Jeff Traylor is a master coach.
Well, he should. You know what? He was actually a tight end coach at Texas one time. He was making $1 million.
Yep.
I mean, he's a real coach.
So, other than that, yeah, I mean, I'm going to try to get here Saturday. I'm not going to guarantee. I know we ain't got the granddaughter this weekend, so I think I might have some chore lists to do.
I'll be here Saturday morning.
I told her, I got to be real. My kids know no weddings in the fall, all that kind of stuff. This is our bye week, so this is my week to just kind of do it with mama.
Hey, I understand.
And plus, Doug knows my wife. She's mean.
She's mean to you.
Man, from when I first met y'all, man, y'all great people. SEC Sean, man. And still today, man, nothing changed, man.
I appreciate it. We just who we are, man. We just keep it real and be ourselves.
Yes, sir. As far as the rest of the weekend, I don't have anything upcoming myself. Reaching out to a few people to get some of those conversations, of course. Coming in January, I'll be having part 2 with Jasmine Holiday. Once she graduate with her master's, we'll be tapping back in for another episode, part 2. And then I've been working on some things. I think it's time to bring the people my story myself. So I'm going to work with a few people respectively, see if I can talk to those people I need to so I can get my story out there. It's going to be, quite a few episodes, but I'm willing to get that time to whoever want to do it. I'm down for it, man. Definitely, for sure.
Cool.
I can tell you coming up over on my channel over there, coming up after probably starting next week. Every Friday, I'm probably going to do one day during the week. I think Friday. I'm going to start doing a video and start the, as I'm going to title it, probably NASCAR for Beginners. Then just kind of start laying out some things. I'm going to start doing one of those a week as we lead up. I'm going to let the championship finish up. And then Doug and I are talking about jumping on a stream on my page and doing a breakdown of the high school football brackets out of Texas.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. I would love to do that, man.
Man, hey, let me tell you something. Y'all probably don't know this about Sean, man. But when he lived down here in Manville, let me tell you how dedicated this guy was, man. He used to, I can't even exaggerate this. This guy would feed these kids. He'd invite some of these Manville kids over for dinner. Him and his wife would cook them food. He knew the kids that didn't have a whole lot. He would make them pregame meals. He'd feed them. And this is how dedicated this guy was about kids and high school football in Texas, man. So it'd be a pleasure to chime in on his show about high school football in Texas, man.
I definitely will, because my cousin actually, I have a nephew that's down playing. He's a freshman. I can't remember exactly the school he's playing down in Texas. I talked to my sister a few days ago and told her that, we're going to work on some things to get him on here as well. And I'd definitely be sending him you guys information to reach out to some of the guys that respectively,
for some of his workouts as well down there. Because, you know, each one teach one. I think it takes a village to do a lot of things that we may not see, but part of what we do and how Uncle and WTP came to me. So I think if we continue to do that, I think it's only going to make the world a better place. Just those little things. So I'm going to definitely tap into that with y'all for sure as well.
And the main reason I had to feed them is because every time I'd wake up in the morning to go to work, there'd be like 6 kids sleeping in my house, and I didn't even know who the hell they were.
Well, I forgot about Bryson, man. That guy he ate the whole fridge. I forgot about your boy.
Yeah.
He had a big boy, Bryson.
Sign me up.
Yeah, y'all. We'll let y'all know. I mean, like I said, I think there's 3 weeks left in the regular season in Texas, and then they'll put out their playoff brackets. And me and Doug are gonna get together I don't know what day we'll work it. We might have to do it on a Wednesday because games start on Thursday, and just kind of go through. And I'm putting some stuff together for how we're going to do it. It's going to be kind of like pick your sleeper team, game of this region, things like that. Just give people some ideas, and of course the comments will be up, so people ask questions, we'll answer whatever we can.
Sure.
But yeah, that's just something we talked about today on a message. We were going to just see about getting something rolling to try to get some more stuff popping on here.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, let me know. Before we go, who has the better talent, Dallas or Houston?
Right now it's Dallas, unfortunately. It's DFW.
For a long time, though. Yeah, DFW.
Yeah.
For a long time.
Didn't used to always be like that.
It's probably Dallas right now, but it goes in cycles. There was a few years where it was all Houston, and then it goes to Dallas. It just flips around. But right now, you could build a college roster out of either area. I can tell you that. You can build one from there, one from Austin, and one from Dallas. You could build all three of them. You could build a roster for a college out of those 3 areas.
Well, a couple of years ago, every state champion and every classification came from North Texas except for Port Neches.
Yep. Yeah.
And that was it.
Yeah.
Everybody else, North Texas. It was crazy.
Yeah, I was glad when Texas got back into the DFW area and started getting some of those guys, man. Because when we weren't getting them here, I mean, even in Houston too. I mean, a lot of them were going to A&M, I believe. Yeah, so I'm glad they was able to get back in both of those areas. All right, y'all. So we'll be back Saturday morning, 8 a.m. Hopefully y'all can tune in. Thanks for watching us. Thanks everybody for making it out today. Hopefully we see everybody again on Saturday. If not, we'll be back again on Sunday morning at 9, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday next week. Everybody have a good rest of your evening, and we will be seeing each other soon.
Exactly.
Peace.
Peace out.
Peace.
There we go.